It is not often that we talk about Sableye here on the channel, and so in this video, I'm actually going to review your Pokemon, and more specifically, 3 Pokemon that The Ginger has submitted for the YouTube My Mon series. And the message here is, not a Delibird, but I mega hit this Sableye today. I thought this could be an interesting comparison video between the 3 different Dream Shard Magnet Pokemon. Level 50 and fully evolved, Sableye is rated for 6 triggers a day, Gulpin is rated for 8.4, and Riolu is rated for 8.8. Sableye catches up to the others at level 75. Now, obviously the difference between Sableye and Gulpin is Sableye does not have an evolution. That's just the way that I've read the message here, I suppose. And also the difference between Lucario and Swalot is Swalot has a higher value on those triggers, so that's where it kind of evens out. Now, we're going to have a look at a Sableye, a Gulpin, ooh, that is shiny, and a Riolu. And so those numbers that he gave, I assume, is his specific numbers, or her. It's a Ginger. Okay, so the first sub-skill on this Sableye is actually skill trigger S, and the nature is adamant. So already there, you have some good stuff going for it. And unfortunately, the next couple of traits are a little bit slow to catch up. Now, thankfully, the inventory here is not blocked up, although I don't know if you would necessarily want to use sub-skill seeds, at least not a whole lot of them, on a Sableye to increase inventory. The skill trigger M comes in at level 75, and I think for a Pokemon like the Sableye, currently it is level 21. It's not been evolved and probably has 0 hours on it. It's got 16 inventory. That checks. Now for a Pokemon like Sableye, it is really, really rare to find, and so the candy availability on the Sableye is going to be very problematic. So that level 75 is ways away, although it does have some of the highlights that you would like to see in a skill specialist. It has skill trigger S and M, and it's got some inventory and a beneficial nature. Though personally, if I was to invest in a Dream Shard Magnet Pokemon, I personally would only care about the skill trigger rate or the skill trigger count in a given day, and not particularly the strength. I think Swalot, hypothetically, is an A-tier Pokemon if it is very skill focused, because its actual production is so low that it kind of acts like a brake on your team if you do not want to hit higher drowsy powers. And for certain Pokemon, that can be helpful because there is a particular range where you can find a given Pokemon, and once you kind of tap into that range, you want to slow down. And Swalot is an A-tier Pokemon for that reason, but if it has helping bonus, speed, berry finding, like the one I showcased in Nirtheart today that I found, it's just, it doesn't really do what it needs to really be good. And at that point in time, it's just why even bother? So with this Sableye, in my opinion, I don't think it is a worthwhile investment, although there are some things to highlight here. If you, let's say, use 2 sub-skill seeds, get this one up to level 75, and you give it 1,000 hours, it's going to have massive inventory, beneficial nature, both of the skill triggers, and 2 free main seeds here in the skill level up M. The one thing that I would hesitate a little bit with is the potential that Sableye could have in the future with Mega Evolution. And so if you want to have like a risky play for the biscuit in the future, then maybe start working on this Sableye. Otherwise, if you don't see Mega Evolutions coming into this game, which is like a high speculation on my end, I don't think this Sableye is it. I just find it strange the way that Sableye is made in this game if it's not really planned ahead for anything worthwhile to happen for it. So yeah, not a huge fan of the Sableye overall. Skill trigger M is coming way late. You probably would also like the main skill chance up nature compared to the adamant one, but overall it's It's not bad. I would tuck it away in the bag, favorite it, make sure it's not released on accident, and then just hold your breath on the megas. All right, let's hop on to the next Pokemon, which is a shiny Gulpin. Now, I'm just gonna plot in the Swalot since that is the comparison here. We're comparing 3 of the Dream Shard Magnet Pokemon. The last Pokemon is Persian, and also Pikachu Christmas Hat. Although none of those are really particularly good. This shiny Gulpin, which I've put in here as a Swalot, has the Skill Trigger S, it has the Skill Trigger M, and it has a Brave Nature. I mistyped here. Skill Trigger S, Skill Trigger M, and Speed of Help up. In addition, it has the Helping Speed S, which can be sub-skill seeded, and I'm just going to plot that in for now. I'm going to set it at level 50, evolved once, maybe 500 hours. I don't think you should stretch that far, but that extra inventory can be kind of nice. Level 75, we have an ingredient finder, and level 100, if you somehow can get there on a Swalot with an EXP gains down nature, then we have a busted inventory. Now we're going to remove this one, and we're going to remove this one. And to be quite honest with you, this is amazing. I wish I had this Swalot myself. I have been hunting Gulpin since the start of the game. Then in the mid-range of the timeline, I took a bit of a break. And then recently I picked it back up, and I've caught 32 Gulpin and 2 Swalot, and none of them really work. The best I've found so far is a Berry Finding, helping bonus, speed up Pokemon. So I don't know really what to make of it. In my opinion, this is the kind of Swalot you want, and it's even shiny. So in my opinion, this is well worth the investment. And so far, the best Pokemon that we have talked about within this topic of your Dream Shard Magnet Pokemon. So in my opinion, you should hold off a sub-skill seed for this Swalot. Granted, if you're free to play, this is not going to work. But if you are premium and you're looking for another way to get some extra Dream Shards, have that extra tech in putting Swalots on the team to slow the progression down while also getting some resources back, then this could be a worthwhile Pokemon. Now let's have a look at the Lucario, which I was curious about too. And maybe that analysis changes. If you compare Swalot and Lucario, Swalot is better, but there is one big difference between the two, and that is the variation in the Pokemon you actually find out there in the wild. So let's bring up Lucario. We can see here that the actual skill rate at 50 is 10.8. So just remember 10.8. That was at 50, so that's very realistic, even with the EXP gains down nature, which I think it had, right? Yes. All right, let's have a look at this Lucario. Super excited about this video overall because Dream Shard Magnet is not something that is discussed a whole lot in the overall community. So whenever we can do a deep dive on something like this, it's quite the treat. We can start off with the nature, which is Careful. Careful is the best nature for main skill specialists because you get fewer ingredients. And if you don't have Berry Finding, then that production drop is going to be low, utilizing your inventory even better. The first sub-skill is Helping Speed S, and I already see this can be sub-skill seeded to Helping Speed M. Now, the golden standard for a skill specialist, in my opinion, is the following. You want Helping Speed M, and then you want the Skill Trigger M, and the main skill Chance Up Nature, and you got that here, which is amazing. This has also been evolved once. I think potentially if you run it at Lapis Lakeside, you can get to 1,000 hours. Just run it overnight when it's not a huge detriment. And you can get it to 25 inventory, and that's going to help you a lot in terms of banking those triggers. But we're not done. It has another skill trigger, and that is the Skill Trigger S. And overall, you can see the skill rate here is 9.4 compared to the 10.8 on the Swalot. Now, what you have to adjust for there is the speed. And so we can just quickly reveal it has ingredient finding. Oops, my bad. Should be S. And it has inventory at level 100. Now, if you can get this Lucario to level 100, the 2 sub-skill seeds on top of here would be very nice. Then you have a lot of inventory, decent amount of speed, all the triggers, and overall quite the home run. I can also mention that in the comparison here between Lucario and Sableye, Lucario is a lot more available in terms of the candy. It also has a Mega Evolution. And overall, I think the Lucario is favorable compared to the Sableye, unless there are some weird mechanics in the future, hypothetically speaking, if there ever are Megas in the game. Now, the reason why I often talk about it is because it's such a strange pattern where there are a lot of Pokemon in this game that just seem unnaturally irrelevant. Heracross, Kangaskhan, Lucario, not Swalot, but we have the Sableye. What else? There's a whole long list of Pokemon that you just wonder, like, what's up here? And they happen to have Mega Evolution. So I don't know, just my speculation. So we are going to remove the inventory and this, and that's essentially what we're looking at. Now, if I remove the expansion and we bring up the Swalot, we can see that Lucario is a lot faster than Swalot. If we go back to the Swalot that I have a screenshot of here, we have to account for the speed of help up nature and the speed M waiting at level 50. That could potentially make these a bit closer than you would like to. I'm just surprised that that skill rate is such a big difference, but it's just Swalot has a massive skill rate, and that's for the most part what you kind of want in a Pokemon. So this is probably a place where my calculations are inadequate and where you have provided more accurate stuff here. So Gulpin is rated for 8.4 and Riolu 8.8. Yeah, that is at level 50. So overall, if I was to invest in any of these, it would probably be... I like the Lucario personally. It's favored at Lapis Lakeside. I mean, the Poison type berry has higher value. And overall, I would say both of these are really nice. So you might as well just go for both potentially long term if you're a premium plus player. But I don't know. It's a hard kind of decision to make here, especially when you look at Swalot and Riolu. Swalot is better, and this Gulpin is shiny. So keep that in mind with your decision. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm super curious about you guys watching. What do you guys think about the Sableye, the Swalot, and the Lucario presented in this video? Which one would you go for? Maybe you can have a look at just the video here at different times to really get a good overview, because I can't present them all at the same time with my calculator, but very interesting stuff. Thank you so much, The Ginger, for posting 3 very interesting Pokemon that kind of creates a theme for this video. I hope that you have enjoyed my analysis, and for everyone else, you can leave a big ol' thumbs up on this video if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. In addition, for the month of October 2024, if you're interested in having me make a video for you in this format, you can become a YouTube member, and you do that by locating the join button. Looks like this, and it's $2, whatever that local currency is for you. It's also regionally adjusted. So if you're in Brazil or India and other places, I think it's probably closer to 50 cents or $1, something like that. And yeah, for me in Norway, it's 19 kroner. You get lifetime access to the Discord, early access to videos for as long as you remain active. But even if you end that renewal, you have lifetime access to the Discord. In the Discord, we have a Pokemon Sleep category with a YouTube, my Mon text channel. That's where you can dump 3 screenshots of your Pokemon. And for the month of October, there is a special offer that I'll make a video like this just for you. So hope that was interesting for everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you around in another video.